central bank has made the dollar near worthless, and they've been doing this for more than a decade.
When you spend trillions of dollars, you cause inflation.
The reason we have runaway inflation is Joe Biden.
Because if you create more and more inflation, it's just a sneaky way to give more power back to the government.
This argument has become really seductive in its simplicity, that by adding new dollars into the economy, you're devaluing every other dollar already out there.
To Manchin, more government spending is going to mean more inflation. Therefore, we need to do less government spending and we'll have less inflation. Why is he wrong about that?
It sounds counterintuitive, right? If you think that you have an inflation problem on your hands and your instinct is to say, oh my God, spending more money will only make this problem worse. That sounds right, but in fact, it isn't correct. And counterintuitively, one of the ways to alleviate some of the inflationary pressures is, in fact, to spend more strategically on the kinds of things that will increase worker productivity, increase productive capacity, ease bottlenecks, and allow workers to transition back into the labor force.
A major takeaway many economists had following the Obama administration was a criticism of how they handled the 2008 financial crisis, namely that they didn't spend enough money. Spending money into the economy when we are in times of economic downturns helps get things going again and insulate people from the impact of the crisis. And the reason we had the shortest recession in history following the coronavirus pandemic and following economic downturn was because we had an ambitious fiscal policy passed. And now people are trying to say that those same policies that brought us out of a recession are what is causing current inflation, and we know that's not true.
I will not support a reconciliation package that expands social programs and irresponsibly adds to our $29 trillion in national debt that no one seems to really care about or even talk about. Nor will I support a package that risks hurting American families suffering from historic inflation.
This is textbook austerity politics. When we talk about public goods, we talk about how we can work together to meet our material needs collectively, and we use the government to pool our resources so that we can more effectively spend that money on things that would be very expensive for us to produce separately. For example, public education. It would be very expensive for me to make my own school so that my children one day can go to it and get an education. But it's more cost efficient if everyone in my town pools their resources together, and then we can build schools and roads, etc. And when mostly Republicans, but also neoliberal Democrats as well, push the need for cutbacks on public spending, at the end of the day, they're creating more room for privatization of these same things so they can charge us more money to get these things that we really value than we would need to spend if we achieved the same goal through public spending, through the government.
A lot of the things that the president wants to spend money on are productivity enhancing and capacity building, which, by the way, I'll just say very quickly is why 17 Nobel Prize winning economists across the political spectrum recently attached their names to a letter giving their support to the president's agenda and making the case that it will, in fact, do the kinds of things I just talked about and alleviate inflationary pressure, some in the short term, some over the medium and longer term.
I, for one, won't support a multi-trillion-dollar bill without greater clarity about why Congress chooses to ignore the serious effects of inflation and debt that have on our economy and existing government programs.
We're going to see this narrative continue to get pushed, and elected officials, especially on the right, using this as a reason for cutbacks on public spending, telling people, hey, you're going to see prices continue to go up unless we reduce spending, which makes the policy seem favorable when at the end of the day, they're reducing their access to public goods, which they have a right to.